Yeah, it was fascinating. I'll never forget walking into his home for the first time. I'd never been in a home so nice. Marble everywhere, exotic birds that he'd had in this atrium in his foyer, so he could watch these exotic birds that he collected. Saltwater reef tank, on a lake, 2 boats in his backyard. And I just remember, just being in awe of how beautiful the home was and the wealth that this man had had. And I remember sitting back and kind of, as a kid from the streets, you learn to observe people and you study people and you learn to understand what a person's true motives are and kind of assess them and size them up. That's kind of if you're going to survive on the streets and prosper, you get good at reading people. And I remember sitting back and just being puzzled at this guy because he wasn't brilliant. He certainly wasn't big and intimidating. He was. He had this huge smile on his face. I didn't see him as a threat. I didn't see him as intimidating. It was almost like a curiosity. Like, how does he have this wealth? And as I just sat back and watched him, I remember thinking, I got to learn some things from this guy. I remember being shocked at how frugal he was. I mean, here's a multi-millionaire, and we're trained in our society, particularly in urban and the communities that I'm from. It's like when you get money, you wear it around on your wrist, you wear it around your neck, you put it in your car, you spend it, right? That's what they're, and he didn't spend it. He wouldn't spend it on anything except for things that he deemed to be fulfilling. I remember, he had a few rules in his house. So, if I was going to move in, I had to get a job, and I had to go back to school. And I told him, I had never passed 9th grade math, and I was about to turn 18 years old. I was a high school dropout. And he said, you got to go to college. And I was like, college is not in my future. That has never been an idea that I ever had, period. He said, you're smart. And he would tell me that I was probably smarter than him. And that I could do anything I dreamed to. And, he programmed me in a way that was, this guy that was such a successful person, the greatest successful individual I'd ever met, modeled, been close to, been able to touch, was telling me I could be something. He loved my mother dearly. I treated her like a princess. He moved in, when we moved in, he very shortly asked my mom to marry him, and they got married. And he became my stepdad. He became my confidant, my business advisor. When I was considering a transaction, starting a business, investing in a stock, he was the first call I'd make. And so I saw a man who, by all, everything I had been taught, this guy blew it out of the park. It was like a brand new experience that the world had to offer that I'd never seen. It's about being exposed to it. When you are exposed to a person who is successful and you see it and you're open and willing to see it, and you're open and willing to, to receive it, that makes all the difference. And we don't parade entrepreneurial role models and icons in front of our population enough. So I got exposed to it. I was ready to receive it, and I was exposed to it. So for your students in your courses and your books, if they're ready to receive it, and they're exposed to it, perhaps this interview or the others that you're doing, then they have as fair a shot as anyone at achieving their goals and their dreams.